Hey there, guys. What's going on? It's Chris Curtis, and today I want to talk to you about 100% commission programs and why it's my opinion these programs are doomed to failure. Now, this is going to make a lot of people mad because a lot of people are making a ton of money in these programs, and I want you to know right off the bat that even though this is my opinion, I don't wish any ill will on anyone involved in these programs, and I think a lot of people are getting ready to get really hurt by this, and that's why I'm making this video. Whenever you put 100% commission on a product, there is no monetary value to that product. Remember, we're not talking about a 100% markup. If I were to take this pen and buy this pen for 25 cents and sell it for 50 cents, I have a 100% profit margin on this pen because I'm doubling my money. Okay? There's a difference between a profit margin and 100% profit. If I were to buy this pen for 50 cents and I were to sell it for 50 cents, there would be no markup and there would be no profit, meaning there would be no actual monetary value to the product, especially when you're talking about digital products. A lame example would be, let's say that I have this magic success pen. What I want you to do is I want you to take 3 deep breaths and I want you to let this magic success pen into your subconscious mind right now so that you can give me $1,000 for this magic success pen. Now, you're also going to pay me an admin fee of, let's say, $20 a month. Okay, you pay me the admin fee of $20 a month for the right to, when you buy this pen for $1,000, resell an unlimited supply of Magic Success Pens for $1,000. You know, the federal regulatory agencies over the years have really cracked down on companies that have a licensing structure. In other words, you buy a license to sell water filters, or you buy a license to sell something, and the license itself has no actual value. This goes a step farther because the product has no actual monetary value. Notice how I say monetary, because a lot of these programs are offering really decent products. You know, I'm not knocking the products. The problem is in the business model when it comes to the federal regulatory agencies, the way that I understand it. Because if you have a multi-level structure associated with the business, you have to have a product. Okay? The definition of a product in this circumstance is something that generates profit. Now, if I buy something for $1,000, and I can turn around and sell that same product for $1,000 over and over and over again because it's digital in nature, there is no actual profit being generated. What I'm doing is basically giving people the rights to buy the right to exchange money for that product and nothing more. Okay, because I can't sell this pen, this Magic Success Pen, for $1,000 unless you buy this, or unless I buy this pen for $1,000. Okay, so me buying this pen for $1,000 gives me the right to not mark the pen up. Okay, I can't make any more money off of it. It just gives me the right to collect $1,000 each and every time I pass on this pen. Okay, here's another problem that arises. Let's say that my brother Jack, okay, wants to have the right to sell pens for $1,000. Well, I want to give Jack, since he's my brother, I want to help him out, and give him $1,000 to buy in, because when Jack buys this pen for me for $1,000, since I'm getting 100% of the commission, then I'm going to get that $1,000 or the majority of that $1,000 back. Okay, so I give Jack $1,000 and I say, hey Jack, buy this pen for me for $1,000. And you're going to have the right to go out and sell this pen for $1,000 over and over and over again. Okay? In this case, since it's not digital, you would have to have multiple pens. Okay? I would have the right to sell pens for $1,000. Keep in mind, this is a Magic Success Pen. I can take a rock and I can put a $3,500 value on a rock if I want to. Okay, I could put a $3,500 value on this pin if I want to. Now, the value that I place on it doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually worth that. Doesn't mean that it's not worth that either. Okay, but if I'm placing a value on something that has no monetary value because it can be resold over and over and over again for 100%, and I apply a multi-level structure to that, basically, in my opinion, you have the definition of a bona fide Ponzi scheme. Okay, especially when you plug into training, and let's just say hypothetically, you plug into a training program and people are encouraging you not to pay your bills, don't worry about your bills, all of your responsibilities, because the most important thing is that you become, fully engaged in this program. Okay, that becomes a real issue, especially when it comes to the federal regulators out there. I don't bring this up because, like I said, because I wish any harm on anybody. It's because I really care about people. And we saw last summer, or whenever it was, I don't remember, but we saw a company be taken down, and now what we're seeing is the people who made the money in the company are now having to pay that money back. Okay, the federal government has something called clawback, which means that if you make money off of a program that defrauded investors in any way, it doesn't mean that my definition of fraud is the same as the federal government's definition of fraud. But if the federal government sets a law, sets a standard, and says the standard is you have to have a product, that product has to have a profit associated with it. There can be a percentage of commissions paid out based upon the total price of the product. Okay, but it's a percentage of commissions, and the focus has to remain primarily on the product. Okay, it's got to remain, you can promote the business opportunity, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you have to have a focus on the product. If I have a product that's digital and it's a good product, okay, we're not here to knock the product, I'm here to knock the model. Okay, the model is what's going to get people in trouble, not the product. That's my opinion of it. I don't know that I'm right on this. I'm not a legal expert, okay? I want you to understand that. I'm not a legal expert. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be some, genius when it comes to things like this. But I remember before the convention last year, I believe it was, of this company, and those of you know what I'm talking about. Right before the convention, the federal government came in and said, you have no product. This is a securities fraud. Basically, you're telling people that they're investing, and the company had clearly on their website, this is not an investment. Okay, they train their distributors, this is not an investment. But because they were purchasing a certain item that was giving people the impression that it was a security or an investment certificate or whatever way you want to look at it, then that's where the problem came from. Okay, so if you say words like you got to be fully vested, or you got to be all in, or you got to be fully engaged, you got to get in and you got to be fully in. If you're in, you're in. If you're not in, you're not in. Okay? The problem with saying things like that is they're investment terms. Okay? You don't have to say this is an investment for it to be implied as an investment, especially if you're buying the right to exchange money. If you're buying the right to exchange money at a certain value because there is no markup associated with the product, that becomes a securities issue the way that I understand it. Okay? You're buying the right to exchange money at $1,000. You're not buying this pen for $1,000. You're buying the right to sell this pen for $1,000. Okay? You can sell this pen and a million pens just like it for $1,000 over and over and over again. But before you have the right to do that, you're going to have to give me $1,000 for this pen. And you see the issue. Okay? You see the problem. There is no profit margin. Okay? There is no monetary value. Okay? There's value. I can write with this pen. But, sorry about that. But this pen is not worth $1,000. It's not worth anywhere near $1,000. I can write with it all day long. Okay? I could sell this pen for $1. Okay, this pen may be worth $1 to some people. That's fine. But if I am going to give somebody the right to sell unlimited numbers of pens for $1, there is no monetary value to this pen because there is nothing that I have to buy as far as the product. Okay, I'm buying the right to sell the product, and that's where the problem comes in. This is not the same as resale rights. Okay, the problem comes when you have a roll-up or a multi-level structure associated with the business model like this. I could buy resale rights to an ebook, and I could sell the resale rights to that ebook all day long. That's something that I do. You can sell the resale rights, and a person who buys those resale rights can then go and resell the product themselves. But it's not a multi-level structure. They're buying it and they're selling it. Okay, when you add a multi-level structure to it, you have different regulations. You have different rules. You're not just buying the right to resell a product, but every so many products that you sell, you have a roll-up structure associated with it. Then you have higher priced items that you can buy into. Okay, so if I have one item that starts at $20 and the next item starts at $40, if I, as a $20 license holder, sell one of the $40 licensed products, that $40 doesn't go to me. It goes up to my upline, whoever up there paid the $40 price point. Okay? It rolls up until it finds somebody who paid or who bought the right to earn money at that level. That's all it is. That's all you're doing, is buying the right to earn money at a particular level. You can't mark it up. I can't buy the $40 price point product and mark it up to $60. Okay, I have no right to do that. I have to sell that product in unlimited times. I can sell 1 million copies at $40, which would be $40 million. Okay, I could do that all day long. But if I do that, then I'm not selling a product that has actual value. All I'm doing is selling a product that I bought the right to sell. Okay, there's a difference. And I don't mean to be ranty about it. I don't want to rant about this, but I do think that it is important, and I do think that it's something that people should seriously consider before joining in one of these programs, because we've seen it happen before where people's lives were completely turned upside down and devastated because of programs that are like this or similar in nature, and it's devastating. It ruins people's lives. And I guess if you've been in it for a while and nothing may come of it, I could be completely wrong. I'm making this video because it is my opinion that 100% commission programs with a multi-level structure attached to them have no actual product that has a monetary value. Okay? Didn't say they didn't have a product. They don't have a product with a monetary value because 100% of the money is paid out each and every time that the product sells. Since you have to pay a fee to be able to continually earn the money from these products, it's like buying a license to sell these products. Okay, we've seen it time and time again, and I'm repeating myself, but I want to get this point across. We've seen it time and time again. Companies that have a model similar to this get shut down by the federal government because they're violating the law. Okay? I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if they're violating the law or not. But if a product pays 100% commission, I do not see how you can have any monetary value to that product. I do not see how that can be. Okay, so I'm sorry I repeated myself so much. I don't want to offend anybody with this video. I'm not trying to make anybody mad or anything like that, but I do think it's something that people should really seriously consider, because our industry has enough problems these days without once a year having the federal government come in and shut down companies that affect the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, this is a legitimate industry. Okay, this industry, talking about the network marketing, multi-level marketing industry, can change your life. Okay, this industry can give an average person like you or like myself. I don't have a college degree. This industry has given me the ability to earn a full-time residual income without a college degree. I don't have to be educated. I don't have to be successful. I don't have to have any special skills or talents or abilities. All I have to have is drive and determination and passion about a product that I'm selling. Okay, but if we get into money games and we get greedy as an industry, it's going to affect the industry as a whole, where one of these days the federal government's going to come in and they're going to say, well, multi-level marketing as a business model is not legal. And that is going to be detrimental to people like myself who love this industry, who want the best for this industry. I want the best for the people in this industry. I want everybody who's in a 100% commission program to thrive and succeed. And it's my honest, sincere hope that the people who are involved did the right thing, that the federal government doesn't come and shut these programs down. I sincerely hope that. Okay, but it's my experience, and based on my experience, my opinion is that one of these days, really soon, they're going to come in and they're going to crack down on these programs as a scheme, as a fraud. Because if you have 100% commission, you have no real value. You know, you can sell something over and over again for 100%. Where's the value to the product? You know, there is no value. There is no monetary value there. And that's what it's about. That's where the standard is set, is on the monetary value of the product. Not on the perceived value of a product, but what is the product actually worth? Okay, now, if you have a 50% commission program, that would be a legitimate business model, where you have 50% broken up into, and then you have 50% of the profit being generated. That would be actual monetary value. Okay, there wouldn't be a problem. You could take the same products and apply a 50% commission to those products and have a 100% legitimate business for a multi-level structure. Okay, that's the way that I understand it. That's the way that I see it. So the only thing is the 100%. Okay, the 100% is what throws everything off and puts everybody in danger, and the monthly licensing fee that goes along with that. That's just to me, guys, it's dangerous ground that we're walking on. It's something that I don't want to see people fall into. I don't want to see people get hurt. I love you guys. I love all of those people out there like myself who are living the dream, who are following the dream, who are trying to make their financial dreams become their life. Love all you guys. I love this industry and I want the best for us, but I am very concerned. Again, my opinion, but I am very concerned over these programs. So thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and I'll see you in the next one.